Hi, I'm Dave May, and this is an introduction to the Algor interface. Once you have a model open in Algor, the first thing you're going to want to do is probably manipulate it around, rotate it, pan it, that type of thing. Now, the way the mouse works in Algor by default, if you press in the middle mouse button, it's going to begin in orbit mode. Okay, this is a free orbit about the pivot point. If you hold the control key on your keyboard in the middle mouse button, it's going to use the pan tool. Right? You can zoom in by scrolling the mouse wheel. Scrolling down zooms out, scrolling up zooms in. Some of these settings are different than those you may be accustomed to in Inventor if you're an Inventor user. So a way you can change that is by clicking Tools, Options, then go to the Mouse Options tab and simply click Autodesk Inventor and say OK. Notice the mouse options switch down here. You could also create your own template if you have something more specific in mind you'd like. Once you know how to rotate your model around, you may be wanting to know, some other things you can do. Now there's many options up here on the toolbars, as well as options from the pull-down menu. So if we want to mesh this model, I can click the pull-down and go to Generate Mesh, for instance, or from the toolbar, I can click the icon. Notice that a lot of the toolbar buttons have icons beside them. Those icons do correspond to that same exact function on the toolbar button. Some toolbar buttons you'll probably become familiar with pretty quickly are the selection buttons. They live right here. Again, you can access that by the selection menu. And in Algor, you actually choose how you're going to select something, either point select or rectangle select, for instance, and then you choose what you're going to select, either parts or surfaces, or color the model by surface number. You can select edges, lines, or even individual points. For more information about the Algor interface, or really any type of question you may have about any given type of model, the help documentation is very useful for that. To access that, click Help and then either Contents, Index, or Search, all of which will bring you to the Algor Simulation Guide. A really nice place to go is if you go to Contents and then open up this first section here, you have a section called Getting Started. It's just some basic introductory stuff to Algor Simulation.